Hello, survivors. Welcome to the State of Decay 2 stream. I'm your host, Geoffrey Card, and today we're going over the new weapons and outfits that are coming out with Update 21, the Open Range Pack. Now, last week we talked about difficulty sliders, which is a huge new feature that's actually kind of the centerpiece of Update 21. This is second place. This is the newest content pack that's bringing not just a new set of weapons, but a new set of types of weapons. And with me to explain what's going on there are a couple of the folks who were instrumental in making these new weapons, starting with Mark Lautenbach. Hello, Mark.
Howdy.
You can see that Mark is dressed completely on theme because this is the Open Range Pack, which means it's things styled after the Old West or the Modern West, stuff you'd expect to see in somebody's truck in Texas. And so Mark is here; he's completely on brand. We've also got Zoe McClatchey. Zoe, do you want to say hi?
Hello.
That's Zoe McClatchey, and also her birds. What's the name of the cockatiel? You introduced us to the conure earlier.
Her name is Penny.
Penny. So this is Zoe and Penny. Zoe is a dynamite engineer, and I mean that in multiple different ways. We'll be getting around to the new explosives that she has created for us. And, of course, Brant Fitzgerald is here with us, too, watching the chat. Brant?
Oh, hello.
Oh, Brant also is wearing a hat on top of his... That's beautiful. I think that's exactly how that hat was meant to be worn.
You know, all the cowboys who rode the open range with their headphones on.
Yeah, I think that is the definition of a jaunty hat. So you've really nailed it there. So real quick before we get on to the rest of it, I should mention offhand, like I do every single week, that we're still doing a collaboration with the Red Cross. It's still summertime, even though it's September. I think that first day of fall is like tomorrow. So throughout summer, we've been collaborating with the Red Cross. If you go to stateofdecay.com/Red Cross, you can see all the stuff that we're doing. Mostly, it's about encouraging people to give blood during one of these, one of the more difficult times to get much needed blood, filling up our supplies, so that hospitals and other places can help the people who need it. So go to the you've all of the streams for the past several months have said this, and so if you don't do it, if this is like your last chance, if you don't do it now, I don't know what you've been doing. But so I thought I'd mention that. But what we really want to do right this second is get onto the game. So right here, it is a beautiful sunrise, and of course you've all seen this hat before. This hat right here, this came out with the anniversary pack. This is our beautiful, rhinestone cowboy hat, and it's great. But this is not no longer the only cattleman's hat in the game. Let me show you my community. So we've got a full array of people here who are dressed to the nines in cowboy regalia. So here we've got Veronica. She's wearing what you just saw, and notice that shirt that she's wearing is also new. That's the new sort of like what do we call it? The Western short-sleeved shirt. I can't see the title. I'm in the way. Whatever. It's the Western short-sleeved outfit. Next to her here, we've got Flicka, who's wearing, what has she got on? This is the oilskin jacket. It comes in a variety of colors. She's wearing this lovely brown one that matches her brown hat. It's great. Let's see, what do we got here? We've got... This guy's name is High Life. High Life here is wearing, what is he wearing? With his beautiful white hat, which looks like it comes from Westworld or something. He's wearing the masculine version of the Western short sleeve outfit. So this outfit is actually available. Oh, whoops! I made it go away. No, that's not how this interface works. So he's wearing the blue shirt, but he can actually wear the same pattern that she has on. So these two are basically a set that go together. And then over here, she's got the suede Sherpa vest. So look at that woolly, fleecy thing. That looks really, really comfortable. And check out the chaps. What are you going to say?
Okay. I have to pipe in here because the pronunciation is shaps.
Shaps? What?
Yes.
What? They're shaps? Really?
That is the correct pronunciation for those.
Are you kidding me? Okay. I
am not kidding.
You. She's wearing shaps. All right. And then over here, we've got, last but not least, the ranch hand jacket. So Doof here is wearing the ranch hand jacket. I'm not kidding. That's his name. His name is Doof. Doof is wearing the ranch hand jacket. Why is he called Doof? No common sense. That's why he's called Doof. Anyway, so he's got
He
that.
doesn't like people named Perry.
What did you say?
He's not a fan of people named Perry.
Oh, I guess not. And also, I kind of would expect that he would have been like a guitarist, hanging off the front of a giant war rig, to be named Doof. But the thing that's nice, though, is these cowboy hats, they don't just go with the new outfits. Annabelle, Deadeye, Forsyth, and Hannah here are all wearing different outfits with our new straw hats. I'm especially a fan of Forsyth here, who is a cowboy pirate. He's wearing the pirate outfit with a cowboy hat, which is just, I think sort of the best of both worlds. It's like chocolate and peanut butter. But we're not just here to look at outfits. Let's have a look at some weapons. So that's why we got Mark and Zoe here, is to talk to us about the weapons. But you know what? I need some zombies to shoot. And, oh, that's right. I'm playing on standard difficulty. Well, let's just, real quick, because it doesn't cost us anything, let's just switch into nightmare action difficulty.
Oh, boy.
Just to make some more zombies show up, right?
Oh, boy.
So the thing that's nice about difficulty sliders, which we announced last week, is the fact that you can freely change this. I mean, there's a little bit of a load while it sort of resets some stuff on the map, but I'm keeping my entire community intact. I'm keeping my base. I'm keeping my outposts. If I had any outposts, I don't think I set any up with this community that I cheated together, but I don't lose anything. I just gotta wait for a second, and then I'll be able to run out there and find a bunch of very, very scary zombies. And of course, we're all really excited about the Xbox Series X, which is going to have much faster load times. Okay, here we go. So I'm in the same spot. And now, oh look, there's already a zombie out here. So what I've got currently in my pocket here, this is the Renegato 45 revolver. Do you want to tell me a little bit about what the Renegato is, Mark? Oh, crap.
Okay.
Anyway.
Sorry. The Renegato is a 45 caliber revolver. It is an old Westy kind of gun. And Renegato is Italian for renegade.
Oh, nice. Okay. Cool. Yes, and we got some folks from Italy in our chat right now who probably knew that already. And so that's so not only is the word renegade, which is already a cool word, it's, oh my gosh, okay, well, these guys are not who I want to fight with a gun. Get back.
I hope for our Italian viewers, I hope I spelled it correctly. I hope I spelled the names correctly when I put those in.
Okay, so I meant to wait a little bit before showing off Zoe's work, but I think with these guys, I might need a little bit of help.
Yeah, it's time for dynamite.
So, yeah, let's
go for dynamite.
So there's some dynamite. Now, because we're in Nightmare, these guys aren't reacting to the dynamite until it explodes. We're going to have to show you guys what it looks like to use the dynamite in Standard, because it's real different.
So fun to watch, though.
But yeah, so Zoe actually put a lot of time into sort of like trying to nail the timing of this so that it would be challenging and fun. Do you want to talk a little bit about sort of the process that you went through, the different like iterations that you went through with this dynamite?
Oh man, it's been a while.
Yeah, unfortunately, it takes a while for us to put these things out in the air. So yeah.
I think it started out with a bit of a longer timer, and it was a bit of a hassle to actually get it on point so it would explode near anything that you had actually aimed at. So.
Yeah. Whoa! Oh, and okay, Farrell. Okay, so one thing I've been doing is throwing dynamite in front of me, and then running past it, and then the zombies that are chasing me get murdered. Oh, I'm so glad I got a watchtower nearby.
Still a wait of a couple seconds before it actually goes off, so you can't use it like you would a pipe bomb or something. You almost have to plan it out like you would a placeable.
Yeah, it is almost like dropping a mine behind you a little bit, isn't it?
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm all out of I'm all out of dynamite, so I got to get back inside. Well, let's switch to a different character real quick. Let's try somebody else with a different set of weapons. How about we go with Flicka here? So Flicka is carrying the mare's leg. Mark, do you want to give us a little bit of a primer on what a mare's leg is all about while I find the exit to my own house?
So mare's leg is a super chopped down version of a lever action rifle. Just meant to be super light, to keep in your pack or keep on your horse.
Wait a minute, Mark. Did you say lever action rifle?
I did say lever action rifle, Jeff.
Look at that. Look at, she's like recocking it. Oh my gosh, look at that. Just recharging that thing manually with a little lever. Oh, it looks so cute. And check this out. Look, it's a rifle, but it's cut down enough. She actually wears it on her hip like a pistol.
Yep, made popular in a couple of TV shows, you might call, like Firefly. They had one, and
yeah, that's right.
a lot of westerns had one.
And then, of course, Zombieland.
And of course, Zombieland.
Oh, yeah. Oh, somebody snuck up behind me. So one thing I love about this is Brian actually tuned these. I'll show you that as soon as I'm done reloading. I'll show this to you. He actually tuned it so that the amount of time... So when you fire the gun, you notice the crosshair expands for a second. He actually timed it so that the crosshair is synced to the lever action. So that when you see the crosshair come back together, that's when you can fire again. So you can really get sort of that lever action like rhythm going, that bang, ch-chick, bang, ch-chick. Which feels really, it's like there's something like really extra satisfying about the rhythm, mattering to the way you fire a gun and really kind of getting into it. It almost like appeals to the part of your brain that enjoys dancing. But oh well, something loud is happening over here. Oh, there's a screamer. There's a screamer by the. There we go. Yeah, it just kind of reminds me. There's this game that just came out that I haven't tried yet that I'm pretty interested in called Bullets Per Minute. It's called BPM, Bullets Per Minute, and it's basically. It's a rhythm action game where you're also shooting on the rhythm, and I haven't actually played it yet, so I can't explain it any better than that. But it sounds pretty interesting, and you actually get a little bit of that effect when you're using these lever action guns. Oh wow, Nightmare is crazy, guys. Nightmare is nuts.
I warned you.
Yeah. All right, well that's the mare's leg. Let's see what else we got. So we got High Life here. High Life.
What round does that shoot? Is that the 44?
I think yes. I think the mare's leg was firing the 44 Magnum.
And so we made all these weapons to take much better use of the less commonly used rounds like the 44 and 357. So you get more use out of those calibers.
Yeah, so if you've got like the Magnum ammo press and you've got a shortage of weapons that actually use that ammo, now you've got some really interesting weapons that can take advantage of it, which is really nice. So here he's got the Model 1875, is it Scarifo? Something like that? I'm trying to pronounce it like a fancy person. But yeah, so check it out. It's a pearl-handled revolver, which is just gorgeous. It kind of goes with our white hat guy. And it's a pretty, straight up revolver. Do you want to tell us a little bit about sort of the history of this revolver? Like what made you want to put this one in the game instead of something else?
Well, I just like the look of it. It's got a really sleek profile to it, and again, it's used in a ton of westerns. It's a very popular pistol back in the day, and even now. And it's the one you usually saw on like the sheriff's hip going into a gunfight.
So yeah, so that's basically who I've got here. I'm trying to make him look like a high noon sheriff or something like that. But that's not the only version of this gun. So we've got we got the 1875 Scarifo, but we've also, as soon as I get away from these monsters, we've also got the 1875 Forolege, something like that.
So
and
there's
these are all throwbacks to the spaghetti westerns.
There's a little bit of an Easter egg to a very popular tabletop game too.
Yeah, that's true. We'll let you discover that on your own. Look up these names and see where they show up. But what's different between the Scarife and the frog leg? What's the difference between them?
They look different. It's basically the same pistol, but a shorter barrel on this one, and draws a little
fireworks
faster.
slower.
You know, it's the opposite. Opposite end of town from the Shripo.
So this is the villain weapon. It's like
this is the villain weapon. Yeah.
Let's go take out a screamer with this villain weapon.
It is the bad as opposed to the good.
Yeah, this is not a Red Dead Easter egg.
No.
This is an Easter. Mark, what's the name of that tabletop game?
Bang.
Bang.
So if you played Bang, and a lot of people played, it's one of my favorite kind of party games, and so we decided to put those names in there. It's just Italian for sheriff, villain, and renegade.
Okay, gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. I've never played Bang, but it's this is actually making me interested in checking it out.
The sheriff, outlaw, and renegade. Sorry.
Yeah.
Outlaw. Okay, gotcha.
And also a loose reference to the good, the bad, and the unattractive.
All right. So Sejao So wants to know, the Bloodmobile is leaving with this pack, right? Yes. So the Bloodmobile radio option, you'll see actually if I look over here, I no longer have access to the Bloodmobile in this build of the game. And so if you're into the Bloodmobile, you want to have that special ambulance in your community, you've only got a short, little bit of time to go grab that thing before it goes away. Now, when things go away, they don't go away forever. We often bring things back, so don't worry that you've just lost, your last possible opportunity to get it. But for a little while anyway, the Bloodmobile is not going to be available. So go and grab it now if you want. So Stab Nation wants to know, will we have to unlock these outfits that I showed via bounties? So only a couple of them. There's like I think maybe 3 of the outfits are bounty outfits, and the rest of them are unlocked via loot. So most of the outfits that are available are actually available via loot. As we go through, so the guns that we've talked about so far. The Renegato, that's going to be available in loot. You go find it by searching containers everywhere in the world. The Mare's Leg you can get from a bounty, and then between the two 1875 revolvers, the Scarifo, the pearl-handled one, that's a bounty. This one right here on my hip, that's a bounty weapon. But the other one, the Outlaw, the Frog Leg, that one is available in regular loot. And then another one that is available in regular loot. Let's switch over to Molly. What's Molly got? So, oh wait, I can't see her weapons because I'm hiding backpacks. Hold on, let me turn this off. So, this is a feature that we've just added for Update 21, the ability to hide characters' backpacks. So, I've had that on the entire time so far. Let's turn that off. Okay, so now you can see that everybody's had backpacks on this entire time, but I've been hiding them because I wanted to show off the new outfits. But you can see here that she has got, what is this? This is a model 1877 shotgun, lever action shotgun that she's got in her backpack. Am I remembering correctly that is the shotgun that was just completely OP in like Modern Warfare 2? Everybody was using these 1887s, like dual wielding 1887s running around the map.
That is correct.
So this is a classic. I think that we've eaten up a lot of the zombies. Oh wait, there's a horde out there in the distance. Oh, it's got armored guys though. No. Let's with Zoe's recent updates to shotguns, these things are really, really effective. Can knock, and if I don't kill him, I at least knock him down, so I can take. So the armored guys, a shotgun is actually pretty good if you know you're going to be running into the occasional armored guy because you can knock him down in a single shot. But first, we got to run away while reloading.
Okay, there's a question. Where are all the horses? They're in the bellies of those people that are chasing Geoffrey right now.
Yeah, you see how fat some of these zombies are? It's because each of them has eaten an entire horse.
If you heard the term riding shotgun, this is the gun they're talking about.
Exactly.
Riding shotgun on a stagecoach, this is something that I'd probably have.
By the way, so this melee weapon that she's using, this new blade, that's the fencing tool, right?
Correct.
What is it? What do you actually use this for in real life?
So you throw that on the back of your horse when you're riding the fences to make sure the cows haven't pushed over the fence, and if they have, you push the fence post back up and restring and restretch the wire with that tool. It's sort of an all-in-one tool for fixing fences.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so it's got, yeah, you can see it's kind of got like some pliers to it, also kind of a hammer to it, also kind of a hatchet to it. It's kind of a little bit of everything there.
And it's hinged so you can use it for crimping and cutting wire.
Yep.
Yeah, and also for cutting zombies' heads off, which is great.
That's why there's a rubber band on it, so it doesn't flip out while
swing
you're
open for
fighting
no
it.
reason.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's the Model 1877 shotgun, and that's available in loot. But there's a special variant of it that's only available via bounty, and that's this one, the sawed-off Model 1877. Now, this is actually the one that was used in Modern Warfare 2, if I remember right. And isn't this also the one from like Terminator 2? Isn't that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we don't have the special reload animation where you roll it over the back of your hand.
This is the one you use if you really want someone to go away.
Yeah. So let's see. Do we have? You know who I really want to go away? This screamer right here. That's who I want to have go away. Let's.
So here's a question from the community here. Akina Shark asks, will lever action rifles break down?
That is a good question. I'm pretty sure the answer to that is no, but let's have a look at their descriptions. Oh, let's have a look at their descriptions in just a second.
Look at how many zombies you took out with that thing. I love our
that
shotguns.
sawed off is just great. Okay, so I'm gonna toss one in front of me here. Let them
Zoe,
chase
thank
me.
you again for doing all the work on the shotguns. They're so much fun.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm really enjoying shotguns these days.
and also thank you so much for the timing on this dynamite. It really is perfect for just running across it and having it take off everybody who's chasing you.
If you
And knock me
practice
down a little bit too, but whatever. It's fine. I'll be fine.
It makes me laugh every time.
But yeah, so let's have a look at this. So yeah, lever action firearms never jam or break. That's what I thought. I felt like I needed to double check it, but that is true. So all these lever action guns. So you got really used to the idea that certain like bolt action rifles and revolvers already sort of don't ever jam or break. And so now we've added sort of a new class of rifles that they fire faster than your typical bolt action rifle. So you can use them in more circumstances and feel more comfortable using them, but they still never jam or break. And so you want to if you're going out on the open range for some long haul travel, you definitely want to bring one of these with you so that you don't have to have to repair it all the time. And I think this is our first shotgun that actually is in that state that actually lasts forever. I don't think we've done another shotgun that had that met those criteria. So there we go. If you're a shotgun person and you're sick of repairing your shotguns, bring this one with you. So let's see what Doof is carrying. Seriously, the random name generator is the crowning achievement of my career. I'm never going to be able to work on anything else that is as fun as this. Anyway, okay, so he's got a couple of things. So this is the Model 92 rifle. It's a lever action rifle, and it fires 44 Magnum rounds. And I think this one, it was traditionally called the Yellow Boy, and it's a really popular, famous rifle. In fact, Mark, you know more about this than I do. Why am I talking? You should tell me about this rifle.
Yeah, a lot of rifles back in the day came out with brass receivers, and they just look really pretty. People called them Yellow Boys. I think a different rifle was originally the stock Yellow Boy that got its name, but a lot of rifles came in the brass. I like this one because it's got that little side ring on the side. I'm not sure what that side ring does other than maybe tying it to your horse, but I think it's just a cool little feature. And it's just something to add a little bit more color to a lot of guns that are generally metal colored and wood.
Yeah, it's nice to to kind of find materials you can make guns out of that are both legit and also just interesting and stand out next to other guns.
And again, using some of the pistol rounds that maybe piling up in your inventory. And they're super powerful, and it makes you feel cool. Lever actions are fun.
Sorry, I just... So there's actually 2 models of this rifle available. Let me put some distance between me and these zombies. and then we'll get out this guy, the scoped Model 92 rifle. Now, the scope Model 92 rifle, this is the one that actually it's got a little bit more of a modern look to it, I think. Is that what that? No, wait, it's kind of a rusty look.
No, it's a modern look.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is more modern rifle. This is the one you'll actually find in loot around the world, whereas the one that's got the brass fittings on it, that's the one that you'll get as a bounty weapon. So this one is nice because I can engage you from far away.
I was mistaken. That's not.
Yeah, this one's the same model as the brass version, but it's got a scope on it. It's got a leather wrapped stock on it.
And Mark did a beautiful material called case hardening on it, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of weapons in the day had this. I'm not exactly sure how it's done, but you get this cool little pattern in the metal that shows off all the different the metallurgy, and it's got a little bit of kind of a rainbow to it. And a lot of Old West guns have that pattern on it, so I put that on there.
So this guy got a little close, so I got to beat him to death with my giant skillet. So we showed off the scoped rifle. We showed off Model 92, the original Model 92. Here is the Big Daddy skillet. So this is a heavy weapon, right? Have you guys ever cooked on a pan like this? What's this for?
Well, it's just a cast iron skillet, which a lot of people use for camping over campfires because they can take the heat. But with that heat, sometimes you want to get a little bit of distance, so you put a longer handle on it, so you're not burning yourself. And so that's what that is. And this is something that is an actual thing that people use. We didn't completely make it up. But yeah, when you're out there on the range and you're just cooking up your breakfast or cooking some coffee or something like that, you can use something like that. And you can also beat the head in of a zombie.
Right.
It's good when you run into these armored hordes. You can hit multiple armored guys at once.
We got a question. Can these rifles be suppressed? And the answer is yes, they can. They take muzzle attachments.
So the revolvers we've been showing off can't, because they generally can't. But these ones, let's see, let's have a look. Yeah, so they've got a little empty, accepts muzzle attachment. So it'll accept any muzzle attachment you want to put on it, which is nice. Let's get this guy inside so we can switch to a different character. All right, Doof, you can take a break. Let's grab Annabelle.
Which is another great name for fact.
Yeah, I just pushed the random character button multiple times and somehow managed to get characters named, Flicka, High Life, Molly, Annabelle, which are both very classic Western names. Doof, Deadeye, and I don't know, Forsyth. He doesn't really fit, but then he's the one who's the pirate, so whatever. He showed up to the costume party and he got the wrong invitation, he misread the invitation. Okay, so this rifle that the Annabelle is carrying, this one is called the Big Hank. What is the Big Hank rifle?
So the Big Hank, I love Henrys and their octagon barrel. It's just a cool looking gun. And so this is...
this rifle is normally called a Henry?
It's inspired by the Henry Big Boy. And it's just a big honking rifle, octagon barrel, and I think this one shoots
357.
357. Okay, thank you. And again, making use of some of the big pistol calibers, but in a rifle form, which there's not a whole lot of those that are in rifles. Just it's really hard to put them in a magazine, that kind of thing. But they work very good in lever action rifles, and it's one of the things that people used a lot back in the day. And there's one more option for you.
Oh, there's a foot that landed right next to me.
Gross.
Okay, so let's put some distance between me and these zombies again, because we've also got, actually, they're running fast enough. I don't know if this is gonna work. rather than talking about the scoped Hank, let's have a look at this branding iron.
Yep. So just as a little pro knowledge here, that brand is actually an active registered brand.
What?
Yeah, it's my family's brand.
Your family has a brand?
Yeah, we got a farm.
Oh, so
It's the
actually
Triangle
credited
F
you-
Ranch.
I credited you, when I introduced you as actual cowboy. I didn't realize you really were an actual cowboy.
Oh, I can't ride horses worth crap, but my family has a farm, and that's our brand. So
That is amazing. So, yes, you can actually wield Brant's family brand against zombies, which is
everyone has to pay me 2 cents every time they swing that thing, though.
All right, so here is the scoped Big Hank. So, again, it's firing 357. So basically, when we looked at the Model 92, it was firing 44. This is firing 357. So you're kind of covering all the bases there. Like both of the calibers you get out of the Magnum ammo press have got a lever action rifle associated with them that never decays, never runs down, and if you get the right one, you can get a scope on it. So it looks like whereas with the Model 92, the scoped version is available in loot, and the unscoped version is the one that you get from a bounty. This one is flipped. The Big Hank rifle, the vanilla Big Hank rifle is the one that you can get in loot, but the scoped Big Hank rifle, the one that I've got on my back right now, which is very shiny and pretty, that's the one that you get that's bounty exclusive. And actually, I've got another. Oh, what are you saying, Mark?
You can have one scoped and non-scoped rifle in loot and opposite with the bounty broker. So we want to make sure that you have options for both ways of getting weapons.
All right, so you guys can hear in the background, possibly through my mic, that my son is listening to FGTV right now in the other room, and I need that to stop, so I'm sending a text. Because there's nothing that I have a lower tolerance for than FGTV. No offense.
Well,
I mean,
we don't want a copyright strike.
Yeah, exactly. So people who have 5-year-old children know what I'm talking about. Okay. So this guy is also carrying a scoped Big Hank, but that's not the only thing he's carrying. He is here to show off how beautiful our cowboy hats look with traditional gear that was already in the game. But he has got a different weapon from everybody else. He's got a close combat weapon that is probably the biggest, flashiest close combat weapon we have ever put in the game. Look at this thing. This big honkin' knife. Yeah. What were you saying? You said that's a knife?
That's a knife.
That's a knife.
That's a knife.
Yeah. This is basically it's called the Bowie knife, but it is basically the knife you would expect to see in Australian adventure movies. But I just love watching. I've basically sapped all of the spawns that are available in this area, because eventually, as you run around and fight. Actually, maybe I'll go run a different direction. As you'll know that as you kill zombies in an area, they start to thin out a little bit, and eventually you can actually clear an area out so that no more zombies spawn there. But if I cross the river here, yeah, it looks like there's a few more down this way. So I just want to show you what it looks like to fight with this close combat weapon. This is by far my favorite close combat weapon that we've ever put in the game, because it's just so big and flashy. You can really oh wait, what is that? Oh, there's a juggernaut. That's what I needed. Oh, and okay, you know what? I'm not fighting these guys in close combat.
Who do you want to fight?
While we're doing this, there was a question about whether the skillet is bounty or loot, and I believe it's a bounty.
Yep. There we go. Okay. Whew. All right. Anyway, juggernaut. Okay. You know what? No. Not happening. What? Oh, one thing. Hey, when you throw dynamite in the water, what happens?
Yeah,
Boom,
Zoe,
still
does it blow up
It does blow
Sorry?
up.
in the water? Nice. It does blow up in
Get
the water.
confused.
Okay. Well, this guy. Sorry. As much as I love this knife, I'm not fighting a juggernaut with this knife. So let's
Okay,
switch to
P1.
somebody else.
P1, I've seen your question about the lasso. and we don't have that technology to deal with that.
Okay, so I think we've got one last rifle to show. This is the Duval Outrider. This fires, what does it fire? 5.56? And holy crap!
I want to see it too. Show me the rock.
Oh boy, look at that.
So this one actually fires rifle caliber rounds.
And it's magazine fed. It's a very modern version of a lever action
Oh,
rifle.
that's right. Okay, well let's throw as much. There's three. There's three. I'm just gonna spam dynamite at these guys.
Just dynamite. That's what it's for. There you go.
I'm just gonna throw. I'm casting magic missile at the darkness right now. Okay. Sheesh! Get out of here! Everybody shoot!
That's a nice close up of the belly.
I know, you just went right through it. You saw the lint.
It's got a whole sweater in.
Okay, this is way better. I think did somebody just get killed? Oh no! Did that just knock me off? I've completely forgotten how to use
Where's
dynamite.
the
now.
ending?
The whole thing where I throw it in front of myself and run, it doesn't work if I forget to do that.
Or if he takes his sweet time running after you.
Hey Zoe, how does the explosive power and performance of the dynamite differ from some of our other explosives?
Think of it less as a precision explosive like a grenade, and more like something that you throw into like 20, 30 zombies if you really don't want them all following you anymore.
Fireball!
So I am completely out of dynamite, so I should probably switch characters. The only character that I haven't switched to yet is Forsyth. So we're gonna have our pirate friend save the day here. He doesn't have a cowboy weapon, he's just got the blunderbuss. Aha! Pirates get it done. Alright.
One shot.
Well, I don't know if Jaja Richter's in the chat, but this is a homage to her many years of supportive and positive fandom for our franchise.
Wait, what is it?
That rifle you were using.
With the previous character? I can switch back.
Yeah.
The default. So Hannah's in big trouble. Yeah, so the Duval Outrider. There you go. So that was the last one we were going to show before things just went crazy. But yeah, that one's pretty gorgeous. So okay, so that is basically the open range packs. We got we've got the 3 revolvers, the Renegato 45 and the 2 1875s. We've got the Mare's Leg, the really cut down rifle that you can carry at your hip. We've got the 1887 shotgun, both the long and the cut down version. We've got the Model 92 rifle, scope and no scope. The Big Hank rifle, scope and no scope. And the Duval Outrider here always has a scope on it, and this one is also available in loot. This is not a bounty weapon. We also showed you the fencing tool, which is a blade. We showed you the Big Daddy skillet, which is a heavy weapon. And we showed you the branding iron, which is blunt, and the Bowie knife, which is close combat. So we've kind of covered everything. We've sort of covered all of our bases, all of our little categories, and of course the bundle of dynamite. So that is the list of the open range pack. Oh, and then of course there is the one last thing the one last thing that we introduced, which was the backpack hiding option. So now all of our characters can run around without looking like they're about to hike to Mount Everest, which is great. So you can't, because the weapons are attached to the backpack, you also don't see the weapons just sort of glued onto their backs, because that would look really weird. But they can still produce it out of their bag of holding anytime they want to. Oh, I have a terrible shot. Hey guys. Boom. So that's
I like this
basically-
option.
Yeah.
I like this option because it's going to show off Susan's fantastic work on the outfits, because you'll find details in your outfits that you didn't know were there.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite things about it. Yeah, is the fact that, like, for instance, a lot of the jackets, for instance, that showed up with the Juggernaut edition, the sort of the jackets we gave as sort of prizes for folks who had bought earlier editions of the game. Those jackets all have really fancy stuff on their backs, and you just can't even see it unless you take a backpack off. But who's going to run around in the apocalypse without a backpack full of gear on? That just doesn't make any sense. And so now you don't have to actually, you can still see your back and not have to give up your backpack to do it. And I'm also
Hey, Geoffrey,
yes.
how do you get dynamite?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so dynamite is a bounty item. So there isn't a way to craft it. The only way you can get it is by going to the bounty broker. This is kind of a new thing that we're experimenting with, because most things you've gotten at the bounty broker historically have been things you get once and then you've got it and you don't really need to necessarily get it again. But this is something where there's actually a reason to go back and keep spending influence to get more and more dynamite from the bounty broker. So we want to try that out and see how people feel about it. As we know, there's a lot of folks who have been playing the game for a really long time, and they've built up so much influence. It's just like, if something costs influence, it just doesn't even mean anything to them anymore. And and that you can get to a point where the resources in the game just aren't even fun because you've got so many of them. And so we're going to try this out. It's like, this is a thing where you've got to, you need to spend influence in order to get this. And so if somebody's got a big pile of influence and they like the dynamite, they could blow it all on dynamite, and then they've got a nice, nice store of crazy weird explosives to try out. Ooh, and that actually reminds me, there's one aspect of the dynamite that we have not shown yet. Let me switch to somebody who I haven't used the dynamite very much with. Everyone is in trouble. Look at this. Everyone's just garbage. Okay, let's switch over. Does High Life have some? He's got a little bit. I think I've also got some in my storage locker. What we should do is try out the dynamite in standard action setting, because the dynamite actually has some additional effects we have not actually showed off yet. So let's grab here. I don't need to have this many bullets lying around. Let's grab a bunch of dynamite. And then let's change our difficulty. Let's switch this back down to standard. And because that's going to reduce the zombie population, I might cheat to get some zombies on the screen. But we should see, so we've seen that when you're running around in Nightmare or Dread, the strategy that I use is to throw the dynamite in front of me and run across it so that the zombies that are chasing me hit the dynamite at just the right time. And that's, that's pretty cool, and that really works. But when you're playing on standard and green zones, the dynamite has got this beautiful little, flickery fuse that can attract zombie attention, which makes it actually more valuable than you might realize just by watching it tested on Nightmare and Dread. So, Zoe, like, the distraction value of the dynamite is, how does it compare to things like firecrackers?
It's a little less strong than just throwing firecrackers at a group of zombies, and obviously it doesn't last that long. But it does draw them into where the explosive is going to go off. So it can be used to set up a lot of kills at once. Unfortunately, it also creates a lot of noise when it goes off. So expect more zombies to follow, which means have more dynamite with you.
Yeah, so it is a short-term solution to a problem, because it's such an incredibly loud explosion that there will be ads eventually. But you saw what happened just there. As I made sure to first get the zombies' attention on me. Let's not go towards the Juggernaut. We've already had that problem. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. I just got howdy, howdy, howdy. So that is one thing to point out. These new cowboy hats, they still count for the howdy, howdy, howdy achievement. So if you haven't gotten that one yet, you've got some more options for it.
Zoe Quixadall says their cat is watching the stream and is very interested in your birds.
Oh. Yeah, so this guy's following me, but as soon as he sees that fuse, he's like, what is that? Oh, but it rolled down the hill and it didn't hit him.
Get me some of that.
Dang it, come on. Going up a hill is not good for when you're aiming with a controller. Oh, whatever.
Yeah. Now, if you had Gunslinger,
Yeah, I'd be in much better shape. I didn't actually level up any of these characters before I played with them, so none of them have got advanced skills.
Yeah, I'm gonna once this ships in my home game, I'm gonna do nothing but gunslinger with those revolvers.
And oh, again, one of my favorite things. I should show this again just because I love it so much. I should go grab somebody who's got a lever action gun. One thing I love about the lever action guns is the fact that they're that the crosshair, when it expands at exactly the same rate as the recharge action of the rifle. So so you can actually really sort of get into the rhythm and judge when to fire by the way that the crosshair behaves.
So there's a question about how expensive influence-wise are the packs of dynamite going to be. Do we have that information right now?
I don't have that right in front of me. No, I don't. I don't think we've tried to price anybody out of the market. It's not as expensive as the big durable guns and stuff like that. But I can't give you an exact value unless Brian happens to be watching and can tell us, or unless if anybody else has got that information right in front of them. But I don't have that in front of me right now.
I can actually check.
Okay, cool.
All right, if we go in here to our open range pack and we check on the dynamite, and there's that price multiplier.
So Nick Gonzalez, yeah, of course, this would be the perfect time to reveal like a long gun / sidearm system for the game. We know it's something that everyone here knows that it's something both the community and we want, but sadly we don't have anything on that front right now.
Yeah, we would definitely like to do that at some point. We understand and agree that it would be great.
Yeah, totally agree.
So
he's gonna land on it. Boom! Perfect timing.
Yeah, so you're seeing it a little bit on a delay, so other folks already saw it, but yeah.
Yeah, I am on a delay. Sorry. But.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to explain to the audience why you're reacting to something that happened 5 seconds ago. Oh, they distracted him. What
Go
were you
ahead,
saying,
Zoe. Sorry.
Based on the data I'm looking at, it should be around 150 influence for dynamite.
Okay, that's not bad at all. Especially for folks who've built up, who are sitting on 9,999 and don't know what to do with it. 150 is almost nothing. Okay, so we've got. I think we've shown pretty much everything. What are you guys excited about otherwise in gaming news? We did just find out that our parent company Microsoft just bought ZeniMax Media, which is kind of exciting. Welcome, Bethesda and and id and Machine Games and Arcane to the fold. It's gonna be kind of fun having all these really high class studios that I've always respected. Joining us at Microsoft. That's pretty fun.
Oh, Geoffrey, while we got time, there's been a request to show the blunt weapon stats again.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
find
sure.
those chapters.
I'm trying to remember who I gave that to. I think it was Annabelle.
And also a request to see the sawed-off 1887.
Okay, yeah. So here is the branding iron. You're right. I don't think I showed this. So yeah. So here, as soon as I'm gonna let the come on. Go away. I should turn these off. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. So, who set the timing on that? Oh crap! Wait, it was me. So there's a branding iron. So you can see it's got pretty high max durability, which is pretty cool. And then you also wanted to see what was the other one? The sawed-off shotgun.
Yes.
So who did I give the shotgun to? I think it might have been Molly. Let's check out Molly. Yeah, there's the sawed-off 1887. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to specialize that skill. Boom. Gunslinging. Let's go try out some gunslinging in a second. Anyway. Oh my gosh. I just made a new hint. That doesn't help at all. Okay, here we go. Sawed-off model 1887. There are its stats. And then, here's the comparison to the longer barreled one. Longer barreled one obviously has greater accuracy, greater control, lower fire rate, because everybody remembers from Modern Warfare 2, running around with these things, you could just pop off 1 million shots, sort of at will, and just annihilate, empty out a room of people.
Oddly, we can't tell you an exact date for the release of this.
Yeah, it is going to be real soon, though. We're not that far off. We've only got a little bit of time left, but we can't tell you an exact time. Not quite. Maybe next stream we'll be able to tell you exactly when it's coming out. But right now we're still being cagey.
As we do.
Yeah. So the sun's getting real low. Trying to I don't know. Is that a Black Widow quote? I'm not sure. Anyway.
Oh, an Avengers, yeah.
Yeah, it's an Avengers. So, what else? What else is going on? Anybody got any new games they've been playing that they want to sort of hype to other people? Some games that weren't made by us? I know I've gotten really excited about Crusader Kings 3, and I can't stop talking about it. I think Brian and I have both been really hyping it to everybody. And Zoe, you've been playing that too, haven't you? Oh, did we lose Zoe?
Is that right?
We might have lost Zoe.
Sorry, I'm still here.
Oh, there you are. Hi. So you've been you were the first person who told me that Crusader Kings 3 was worth getting, weren't you?
One of them.
Yeah. So that game has been blowing my mind lately. Like I've been playing it more often than anything else right now. I just can't stop. It's the thing I love about it is it's a grand strategy game, like say Total War or Civilization, but instead of being mostly about sort of running your armies around and taking over cities and stuff like that, it's mostly about managing your characters and your dynasties and your families and your interpersonal relationships. It actually kind of underscores the horror of what it was like to live in medieval times when governments were just controlled by, it's basically a game that a bunch of rich families played with each other. And I'm sure it's not like that now. But yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun. I've been playing it like crazy on my personal stream and everything. It's like, I think I took the tiny little island of Gotland off the coast of Sweden and turned it into an empire that took over all of Scandinavia, called the Empire of Visby. And you get to sort of like play with like alternate history and stuff. It's really fun. Are you still playing it, Zoe?
I haven't played it for a while.
Yeah, Brian and I both been like comparing our Scandinavian empires, and now I've moved on. I've started a new empire in North Africa. That's a lot of fun. But that's what I've been playing. Anybody else been playing or watching anything crazy?
I've been playing Daybreak. That's crazy.
So you gotten back into the old Daybreak from that's a blast from a past from like 2019.
I've been playing a lot of Nightmare, trying to finish out all my legacies in Nightmare because I was too afraid to do that before. But I've had some great help from Brave Knight and Undead Mark and Oddly Lemony and Scarproof is helping me out. We've been getting lots of help, and it certainly helps my courage when there's 3 other people to actually save my butt.
Yeah, I totally understand. I've just barely gotten to the point where I'm ready to Legacy and Dread for the first time. So that's going to be. So I'm lagging behind you in terms of my personal skill at the game. But yeah, that's I'm pretty impressed actually that even with help that you're able to make that kind of progress in Nightmare. So that's actually one thing that's kind of interesting about the fact that we've been teasing that we're adding a 5th difficulty level above Nightmare. It's the fact that most people in the studio, none of us are good enough at our own game to really be the audience for that mode, with a few exceptions. Joe Swarner being most prominent among them, probably, as like he's the guy who runs support.stateofdecay.com, and you guys have seen him on the stream many times. He also goes by Undead Jawa. That guy is really good at Nightmare, and he can hold his own with the best players out there, which is good. That's the guy you want to call on the support site to get help with the game.
Trying to get better.
Sorry, go ahead, Mark.
So before the stream wraps up, I want to say hi to my friends who just showed up from the Trig and Kiki show. They play State of Decay on Wednesdays, and I am loving those guys. They are my favorites. So I just want to say hi to those guys, and thanks for showing up.
Awesome.
a very, very entertaining stream. I've visited once, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, we should when we post this on YouTube, we should put a link in the doobly-doo so that people can find their stream. That sounds great. I haven't watched it yet, but I'll take that testimonial.
I also have to thank Jawa for helping me out in my nightmare, because he comes in and wrecks stuff too.
So yeah, we've only got a few people who can like accurately test it. So we're trying to we've been reaching out and trying to find play testers and stuff like that, people who can actually help us out, because this happens with every game, is that the audience that plays the game gets so much better at the game than the devs who make it, that it's actually, you get to the point where the devs are having a really hard time even judging the difficulty of what they're doing. We'll sometimes, like, I remember we did this with Breakdown. Like, we're like, oh yeah, level 11 in Breakdown, it's like no one will ever be able to play there, that's ridiculous. And eventually we ended up having to add 88 more levels because people completely outstripped that difficulty really, really fast. And like, to us it felt like, well, it's not even fun to play this level because you just die and die and die. And then some people were like, it is fun to die and die and die. And then other people were like, I'm not dying, whatever, a level 11 in Breakdown, no big deal, I can handle it. And we had to give them more when the Year 1 Survival Edition came out.
Jeffrey, do we have aim assist in the as an accessibility option?
I feel like we've got something. Yes, aim assist normal. Yeah, you can set it to maximum, normal, or none. So you can turn off all aim assists, or you can set it up to a really high maximum, so that and aim assist is, I think. I was not deeply involved with the development of our aim assist stuff, so I don't know. I think there's a little bit of head snap going on, and also friction on the heads of zombies. So as you're aiming across, this shotgun is not going to be the thing to test it out with. But as you're aiming across the head of a zombie, your cursor slows down. So you don't do the thing where you're aiming left and right and keep missing their head. It'll actually kind of capture your cursor if you manage to get it on the head. And so I think that setting just amps up all of those assists and makes them makes them stronger. One thing you'll notice, by the way, when you hide the backpacks, your flashlight goes away too because it's attached to the backpack. But that's fine. We don't stop you from having a flashlight. That would be unfair. All right. Well, we are basically running out of time, so we should probably start saying goodbye to folks and wrapping things up. So, let's see. Oh, that's not Mark. So, Brant, do you have you got any last words for the audience? Anything you wanna say before we go?
Just as usual, we are so honored that you guys are sticking with us and continue to show your enthusiasm for all the things that we're doing for this game. It helps us keep going, but we wouldn't be here without you, so thank you. Appreciate every one of you.
Zoe, do you want to say anything to the audience before we go?
Have fun with this stuff. Sure, next time I'm not going to be hyping up a new weapon, but in the meantime, have at it.
And then Mark, do you want to say goodbye?
Sure. Thank you guys for showing up. We love you all. I hope you enjoy all the new gear that we're putting out as much as I've been enjoying it. So I hope you really dig it.
Just real quickly, Jeffrey, as an aside, this pack, though he'd never say it, this pack is basically Mark's labor of love and gift to you all, because he did about 98% of the creation of all the weapons. So well done, Mark.
I mean, that's why we got him on here, right? Is because he's the expert on this stuff. I was talking over you, Mark. Why don't you say that again?
Oh, I love lever action rifles. I think they fit very well in the kind of theme and feel of our game. And I'm glad to have them in.
Well, with that, we're going to go to the outro screen. So, as you guys, many of you might know, we have teased more features than we've talked about so far on this stream. There's some videos going around pointing out that there's a couple little hints that we dropped in the last, in our last episode, basically, for features we haven't technically announced yet, but we're going to get into all of that stuff next week. We're going to have Eric Anderson on as our guest. He's a programmer, and he's the head of our Gameplay Strike team, and he's going to give us a rundown on all of the, the quality of life fixes and additional features that we've added to the game for Update 21. Update 21 is a big one. We're really excited about it, and we're excited to get you all into it. So, subscribe, come back next week, and we'll see you then. Now 20 seconds of awesome.
Awkward sign off. I will say, Mark, it's such a long time coming. I can't wait for this pack to come out. It's so exciting.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
We have had these weapons ready to go for so long.